Well, hello, gang. This is Ryan from Mana Bluff here, and another 8-4 for M14. Doing a little team action with Slocknock. Mike from Mana Bluff's in the queue as well. We're hoping to meet in the finals. And man, we got a pretty stacked pack here. We got a Colossal Whale, which is just a great bomb at 7 in blue. Doomblade, of course, awesome. Shimmer's Embrace is pretty good. 9 Zombies, great in a deck. Sea Kite, Essence Scatter, awesome in blue, of course. I'm going to go with Doomblade because I think not only is it, of course, premium removal, but I'm going to try. I tend to stay away from blue unless it's open. So everyone loves blue. I mean, yeah, it's the best color, but I feel like you can just get cut so hard. And recently, with blue just being so good, it's been overdrafted. And I'm happy to take a really strong black card. And I'm still passing a 9 zombie, but it's certainly in a very specific sacrifice deck, and it's good, but it's not like as insane as if you're taking Colossal Whale and other people picking up Essence Scatter and Sea Kites, and then, yeah, blah. So I'm happy to have the Doomblade first pick. And good luck, Schlocknock, as well. Well, and then there's no good black. I actually like the Sea Kite better than the Phantom Warrior. And I think there's just no other color that has a strong card. I think Mana Whiff Sliver is certainly fine, but it doesn't really go with the black card I have here. And I'm not going to avoid blue when there's just like infinitely better cards in blue. And you know, I can cut the people to my left in blue if that's the case. So I'll take the Sea Kite over the Phantom Warrior for sure. And then, yeah, go from there. I'm not really stoked having passed, opened and passed some strong blue, and then getting put people to the left in blue means it won't be a little bit weaker, but I don't think I want to pick up the Sliver here. Yeah, I just don't like black-green very much. So, yeah. And black-blue is actually pretty decent. Ooh, here I want to take the Quag Sickness. I definitely want to be in black. I don't want to be playing some black. I think the other great card here is the Marauding Maulhorn, and I definitely want to be in black-red if I can, but I still think for sure going black, going to take the Quag Sickness. Passing the Scroll Thief means I'm probably officially not going to be seeing any blue coming from my left in the future. Looking forward to the beta client to be able to see who's to my left and who's to my right. Because I'm curious to see where Slocknock's at, and hopefully that'll be fun for you viewers to kind of see these different perspectives from Mana Bluff. Here we take the Bubbling Cauldron over the Active Treason, because Bubbling Cauldron can just go into a black deck if needed. Obviously, it's better in the black-red Sacrifice deck, and I actually like Bubbling Cauldron over the Barrage of Expendables personally, because I think you can get the Festering Newts online. That's arguable, but here I'm just going to stay with the conservative pick and maybe go for the the little mini combo of Newt with it. And then I do think you pick up these sacrifice pieces. In fact, all 3 of these are great sacrifice pieces for the sacrifice deck. Then you get your Active Treasons. Active Treason is the card that's more powerful, but you need the enabler, the sacrificers, to get there. And yeah, if I'm already looking to go heavy black, I'd rather have the Bubbling Cauldron than the Barrage. Just personally. And also that keeps me open to going into the white deck, which with this planar cleansing I'm interested in. I'll take it here. I think the only other decent cards here are the Goblin Shortcutter or the Sentinel Sliver, which are basically just 2/2s. Goblin Shortcutter is probably a little bit better because of the upside of the block. But with planar cleansing, it can kind of get there, especially if it's not main deckable, because conceivably in black-white, the mana constraints are just too intense to have the triple white. But if in this format you're playing against another control deck, you can just rock in planar cleansing, and that's pretty cool. So I'll grab it here, keeps my options open. Kind of bummed on not seeing more black. We had that 3rd pick Quag Sickness come through, and that was about it, and so there probably could have been a stronger black card that was already picked. So I'm a little worried about not having black as open as I'd like, but we haven't seen any super strong signals outside of that. So that's fine. So what direction am I more likely to go in? Solemn Offering I don't need. That'll come around. I don't think Negate or Cancrix really matters if I end up going blue. We haven't seen it. These are just sideboard cards in red. We're not even sure we're in red. Shimmering Grotto is certainly a thing. I think I'm actually going to pick it up here in case I end up wanting to have some fixing. Though I don't think I've yet actually played a Shimmering Grotto in this format. But the only other option would be Capuchin Knight if I end up going into white, and that's just not something I need a bunch of anyway. Ooh, Pretty Late Trained Condor. So I'm gonna grab it here. Hunt the Weak also pretty good. I don't care about any of the other cards. Altar's Reap is definitely a card I want to be playing, especially if Bubbling Cauldron gets put online. But yeah, I'll get the Altar's Reap that I want. So instead, I'll take this Trained Condor. Yeah, same with Sensory Deprivation. Even though there was not a lot of blue being passed, seeing some pretty solid blue cards this late makes me a little more hopeful. Could pick up the Oromancer. I already have one Quag Sickness, but if I can, I'd rather be blue-black. I'm not anticipating really going there, but I don't think either of these are signals, whereas I'm feeling like the Sensory Deprivation and the Trained Condor this late, little more suggestion that that's going to be a bit more open than I anticipated, at least in the third pack. I'm anticipating no blue in the second pack. Hopefully that's where we fill up on black, since we haven't passed any black or seen any black. I'm just going to take an Undead Minotaur here instead of going into white. I don't want to spread myself thin anymore. And yeah, just having a solid playable will be fine. Seeing the white thing come around again. Elixir of Mortality is fine in the mono blue deck. That's so not what I'm doing. I'm trying to think if I'll actually even play a Dark Favor or a Sliver Construct. The way things are going, not so much as of right now. So I think I will just cut the Elixir from the person who wants it and have it for the sideboard versus picking up more colors in white or having cards that I do not care about. I'll take a Dragon's Egg over a sideboard card, because I actually think Dragon Egg is decent. I'm not planning on having it. Another Oromancer. So Oromancers are running around intensely here. So, certainly not a strong start. Very glad that I have my 2 removal spells in black. That's why it's the only card or the only color I'm for sure playing into. And then a bunch of weak stuff. But I don't think there was anything super strong anyway. This is a pretty good pack too. Chandra's Outrage just being amazing, but I don't think it's. I mean, my red cards are stupid. I'm hiding these. So I'm just gonna pick the Lifebane Zombie. A, for value, and B, it is just a really sweet card. I'm hoping to get a Mark eventually in black. There's a Trained Condor, Advocate of the Beast. I'm kind of curious what I'm going to see come through. No blue, but I just don't think there's any strong cards in general. Just some fairly weak packs being passed to me. Celestial Flare is good for white. Yeah, I'd say green and red are the only 2 colors that I'm looking not to play, but at the same time, black-red, too good. I do have that Bubbling Cauldron, which isn't doing anything right now, but it's something to remember is right there. Alright, and I'm taking Claustrophobia here over the Blood Baron. I just think it's super strong. I do think I'm going to see blue in the third pack. Guardian of the Ages, I used to think it was just, fine, because I thought it'd be easy enough to get it to be the Sentinel Defender, but it's true. Letting your opponent choose when that happens just never does anything. Probably after Claustrophobia, you're looking at the Briar Pack Alpha and the Shock as pretty good cards. I think Alpha and Claustrophobia are a step above Shock. Blood Baron, Trollhide are good. Griffin, Sentinel, and Molten Birth are fine in their decks. Sensory Deprivation, I'd be stoked if it wheeled, though I'm not anticipating that happening at all. Boom. Alright. Blue-black control, I'm down for that. Let's just hope some of those keep flowing. Ooh, and here's a Liturgy of Blood. Wouldn't mind picking up the Seacoast Drake or Corpse Hauler eventually. I'm going to need it, but now I'm pretty much solidifying myself into these colors here. With just removal spell. I mean, look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 removal spells. Yeah, and then here's our 5th. That makes me happy. And another Liturgy. And a Pacifism. I'm going to pass the Pacifism, though, because I'm going to avoid white. But, man, white's open. And this is pretty... I'll probably see the Altar's Reap or the Diabolic Tutor come back. I would love to see an Accursed Spirit fill out my 4. And I do need to start getting creatures at some point. But I like where I'm at. I already have nice 3 drops and then a 4 drop. And then eventually those will fill themselves out. There's no way I'm passing up Liturgy of Blood here. Sadly, it'll probably just be a Merfolk that comes back. Which is still good to note that, like, hey, I have Merfolk. I don't need Merfolk. Cancel. Wow, Banisher Priest. So tempted. But, yeah, I mean, I'm officially out of white. If there had been weaker colors there, I would have go ahead and grabbed the Pacifism over Liturgy or something like that and start moving to white, but now there's really no point. I'm considering just hating the Banisher Priest, considering whoever is in white is just going to get so hooked up who's around me. But Cancel is very playable, that's the thing, and I would definitely like to have it in my control deck, but right now it's not something I need. Already, halfway through the draft, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 good removal spells. 4 of them basically premium. 5 of them actually premium, because I think Quag Sickness will be pretty premium. I'm going to be going pretty heavy black. So yeah, I'm going to cut the Banisher Priest. It's probably wrong to hate it too much, but like if this was Essence Scatter, I'd pick it up right away, but I'm actually A-okay with just getting rid of the Banisher Priest. Here, I'll take the Nightwing Shag. I do need some creatures. I'm sure I'll be able to get it whenever I want. Active Treason as an honorable splash for Bubbling Cauldron, though I don't think I'm going to be playing Bubbling Cauldron as of right now. And Charging Griffin probably being the best card in the pack, but I was only hating the white card before because I don't think Cancel is as strong, and I just need creatures. I mean, I'll get the Nightwing Shag whenever, but whatevs. Another Bubbling Cauldron, which is kind of cool if I ever see some Festering Newts. Dark Favors and Altars Reaps I don't have yet, so I do kind of want them eventually. I'm trying to decide if I care about Bubbling Cauldron enough. What it does on its own isn't that exciting, but if I can load up on some Festering Newts, then having 2 Bubbling Cauldrons will be good. So I'm going to grab it. Altars Reap and Dark Favor are kind of a thing to have paid attention that I passed, but I'm going to take this risk early on, having such strong removal that I might be able to be okay. I do at this point need some creatures, and I might as well just pick up my color here. Ooh, Scroll Thief, that's awesome. Again, a bunch of white, the Celestial Flare tabled, which I think was pretty much the only good white card in the pack, so yeah, white seems to be completely open. Very stoked to have the Scroll Thief. Sensory Deprivation tabled, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we're looking to go forever with some removal here. What do I care more about? Probably Brave Elements. I don't think I've ever seen Fortify played against me. I'll take the Diabolic Tutor. Not planning on caring about it, but if I magically get a Bog Brew Witch and I have these 2 Bubbling Cauldrons and I get some Festering Newts, it could be pretty cool to have a Diabolic Tutor. So, Blue's Deep, which is probably why I saw that later Scroll Thief. Maybe people aren't prioritizing it. I'm very surprised I did not see more black. Mind you, I did pick up 2 Liturgy of Bloods there, so that's pretty okay. But I was definitely expecting a lot more, to be honest, which makes me a little worried. But we're at 17 playables. The Bubbling Cauldrons are by no means insane, and I only have some couple of dinky creatures, but the 3 drops are pretty good creatures, so I'm okay with that. Coral Merfolk's the only really lame one. But I'm kind of set on removal, so unless it's premium removal, like a Claustrophobia or another Doomblade or something, I just want to get some decent creatures online. I do love my Doomblade in it, and I'm glad I have it, but I do kind of wish that whale had somehow made it to my deck. Here's somewhat of a tough choice, because I do have 4 enchantments that I'm going to be playing, which means this Blightcaster could be very good. But the problem is, I think Water Servant is just insane. I just want these 3 creatures. Let's just ignore the next 3 packs. Look, I'm passing a bomb to someone, and they're shocked, and then you just give me Messenger Drake, Water Servant, and Blightcaster, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 enchantments that I am playing. Yeah, I mean, I would totally take the Blightcaster over the Messenger Drake, even though normally Messenger Drake is better, having 4 enchantments already, but I think I just want a nice beefy fatty here in the Water Servant. Ooh, hey Sarah Angel. Oh, white, how amazing you are. Definitely could have had a sweet white deck, but I don't think it was wrong of the colors I was picking initially. I just think I kind of started seeing that white a little bit later. It was clearly open, but it was all the weak white colors in the first pack, so I didn't want to like necessarily move into it just with the planar cleansing. I think this deck will actually be a good Wall of Frost deck. We're looking to go control, tons of removal, so I'll happily grab the Wall of Frost here. Especially since I don't really need my 3rd Sensory Deprivation, like I said. Just pains me to see that Sarah Angel go. Quag Sickness, gonna grab. And now definitely would like that Blightcaster to come around. Now that we've kind of jumped into the 5 removal spell slot we're down. And what I really need is to get something besides a Nightwing Shade. I need a Messenger Drake or something to start finding a finisher here somewhere. There we go. Ask and ye shall receive. Pretty cool. Love it. And then what else would I ideally like? I'm still low on creatures. This is definitely going to be an 11 creature deck. Right now, my Bubbling Cauldrons suck, so I actually would like to kind of upgrade these into some other type of card. Because if I don't get any Festering Newts, then my Bubbling Cauldrons are just life gain spells. And that's kind of a waste of life. So really I see myself at 18 playables right now, because I'm not really considering this Bubbling Cauldron or Coral Merfolk as anything impressive. And we have another Claustrophobia. Man, do I want that Blightcaster now. I mean, I'm still glad with the Water Serpent. I'm not, like, bummed. But dang. Yeah, that would just be absolutely insane for the deck. Still want creatures. Festering Newts would be fine. Though actually, I guess I want something a little more relevant at this point. Don't need Ring Flesh. I'll just take an Undead Minotaur. Just have another dude. There's an Angelical card. Yeah, the card also is a pretty sweet black white deck of it, but I'm not at all complaining. I love having these Claustrophobias, Messenger Drake, Water Servant. I think Wall of Frost will work well in this deck and get me to where I want to go. I would just really like to get, you know, a couple more evasion dudes to really be able to finish out this game. Need the finishers. This is not them. What am I most scared of? Excuse me. I've already cut one Planar Cleansing. Windstorm, though I'm really looking to like win in the air, I don't think is as big of a deal. The Active Treason deck can get me. It's just how likely am I going to see someone playing Planar Cleansing? Yeah, I think I care more about Active Treason, to be honest. Giant Growth and Ranger Skyla are going to be there. They're going to be played around. But if someone has this Sacrifice deck, I think Active Treason is going to, with how low my creatures are, like my creature count is, it's going to be a bummer. I'm actually happy to pick up the Minotaur Abomination over another Sensory Deprivation here, because I do need the, you know, a nice kind of like big dude later on. Yeah. So we'll grab that. Blightcaster! Oh my gosh! It tabled. That is awesome. This is going to be so good in the deck. Super excited. Woohoo! Yes! Blight away, my friend. No, I'll take another Sensory. I really don't think, despite having the Blightcaster, I'm going to play this third Sensory Deprivation at all. But it could be worth it if I feel like it's really... I mean, it is a nice removal spell. It's just... I kind of have nice removal spells for these guys to these guys. I think what's making the cut now will be the Bubbling Cauldrons. Because after all, I saw no Festering Newts, so sad day. If I really need to be staying alive, I will play the Bubbling Cauldrons just to have life gain, but I think the deck is strong enough with our dinky creatures here. But Diabolic Tutor might be just to pick up Blightcaster at some point, because of how good that is. I'm going to cut the Solemn Offering, because it's actually a decent sideboard card against our deck with all the enchantments we're going to have. Cyclops Tyrant, adios. Another Coral Merfolk. Will I ever play this? They're basically both sideboard cards at this point, and I think I care more about Coral Merfolk. I've never actually cited in Shrivel. It's like technically never ever happened in my drafts. So there we go. Great removal deck. Really just gonna kill everything in sight. Kind of bummed that I don't have any divinations or opportunities, so that's must would have been what my blue mages to next to me were playing. But I still think that with all the removal we have, it's going to be pretty cool, and we just need to get, you know, like our Nightwing Shade or our Sea Kite or our Water Servant in the air, or something eventually just to get us there. So, now that I'm done talking, I'm going to finish deck building without you. Okay, so here's the initial breakdown, and we have 13 creatures. Little dinky Coral Merfolk here. Every other creature is solid to not really good. Wall of Frost going to be great in this deck. Trained Condor, Scroll Thief, Lifebane Zombie, good. Lifebane Zombie, great. 200 Minotaurs, serviceable. Just need to, you know, get some blockers up. Blightcaster's going to be insane, having 6 enchantments. Sea Kite's good. Water Servant's good. Nightwing Shade's fine. That's kind of like our finisher. Messenger Drake, Minotaur Abomination, all great things. And then just removal galore. So I'm at 22 playables, and I'm considering bringing in another Coral Merfolk just to shore up the early game. In this format, I feel like it's more of that's a sideboard strategy with the 2-drops, and Coral Merfolk's is just a stupid one. I don't really need it. If it was, the 1/3 Drake, I would put 2 in there right away because those are much more relevant. But I might even just want another sensory deprivation. I don't think Bubbling Cauldron or Elixir Mortality, these are the decks for it, so this will actually never happen. I could just bring in the Diabolic Tutor as my 23rd card, because even though I don't really need it, I think you kind of play it more for the combo deck. Maybe I'm just, removing out my opponent, but I just need to find a finisher. But actually, the more I think about it, I mean, looking at my costs here, I do want to play like a lot of Swamps for Quag Sickness, Liturgy of Blood, Nightwing Shade, but also have these, double blues in the Wall of Frost. I want it for Water Star. I'm just going to play 18 lands. I think my card quality is good enough to where that's fine. That as long as I'm just playing my cards, I should be good. See, I think we're just going to do a 9-9 split. Perfect. And then I might pull out a land in favor of like a Coral Merfolk or something if I need to shore up the early game with someone's doing a lot of 2 toughness dudes, and then I might even bring a sensory deprivation if I feel like that's gonna do me just fine. If like there's a huge ground game going on, I can just get another sensory deprivation online. But yeah, overall, really like the deck, mainly because of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 removal spells. Yeah, boy. See you in round 1. Let's have some fun.